Hey everyone, welcome back. And this time I wanted to come back and do a reading, this time on John Kelly. Now, I wanted to do a reading on John Kelly when he first announced that he was leaving as chief of staff. And since I wasn't able to do it, I just kind of kept putting it off, because, every single time I turn around, something is happening in our political landscape. So I wanted to do a reading on him now because he ended up he's back in the news again. And he's back in the news because he mentioned a very curious statement. His statement was that he wants to be remembered for all the things that that Trump didn't do. So isn't that a curious thing? Is that a curious thought? Considering the fact that, most presidencies want to be remembered for the things they have accomplished, and you have the people leaving the White House going, I want to be remembered for the things that the Trump did not do, the things he could have done. This kind of gives a pretty hardline clue about how out of control this presidency is, right? So I wanted to do a reading on that. I really want to do a reading on where he is, where he's going, what's happening with him in the future. Just do a general reading about his situation. He's not the first one to sit there and say those types of things, because obviously Rex Tillerson, when he left his post, other than calling the president a few names, he also said in an interview that there were things where he'd be like, totally understand what you want to do, Mr. President, but what you want to do and the way you want to go about it is illegal. And these are very telling signs of how Trump is running his presidency. So you have this guy, you have John Kelly, who everybody literally had hopes for to keep control of Trump. And it seemed like it worked for a little while, but I think after a while, Trump probably wore him down. So here we are. I am going to use a new deck, so we're going to find out where his energy is. So I'm going to use a new deck. It's not new. This is my second oldest deck that I own, and it looks pretty beat up, so, you'll just have to, forgive its worn out look. But I did try to bring them back. I decided I want to bring in a new deck just to see how it would read after all these years. I mean, this deck is almost 20 years old, so... Anyways, so here it is. Let us go into seeing how. Let's see where Kelly is, where his energy is, where it's heading. Now that he's out, and he's made a few statements. I just want to see where he's going, where he is, what he's up to, what's the outcome. Just a general reading on John Kelly. Let's see. The poor guy, every single time he was photographed, he looked totally disgusted or disappointed. But, maybe when he's left, he's feeling like a bunch of relief, like this, finally, I'm done. 2 years. Maybe he thought he could last longer. Maybe the president did ask him to stay longer. It's hard to tell what's going on. I mean, the stories keeps changing. So, let's see John Kelly. Where is John Kelly's energy? Where is it going? Where is it heading? How is he going to do when he leaves? I really don't know. Seems like anybody who's associated with Trump seems to run into a few hiccups along the way as they're trying to get away. Right? I think one more. All right. Let's see. How are we doing? All right. Here we go. Let's see. Where are we? How are we doing, Mr. Kelly? The Queen of Wands. Here's this Queen of Wands. She always seems to show up here and there, right? The Queen of Wands is the go-getter. Who is this girl? I don't know. Who is this girl? This would be the first thing. So the Queen of Wands is a very, is a go get 'em energy. She can sense a situation. She will go out. She will get the situation. She will go get it. It's possible that the Queen of Wands in this instance could be that there's just so much turmoil, probably from out of New York, because I've likened the Attorney General over in the Southern District of New York. I've likened her to the Queen of Wands because she's a go-getter. She's going, and she has so many lawsuits going, and Trump is under so much investigations. There's quite a bit of lawsuits. The whole foundation thing is falling apart. There's so many things falling apart around Trump that, maybe he just is like, the writing's on the wall. He knows it's done. There's something. So whatever he is feeling, the Queen of Wands, she is out there going and getting it. I'm not saying that she scared Kelly off. I just think that he's just like, this is a no-win situation. And if I stay any longer, I'm going to be dragged down too. So that, we'll see if that's how that plays out, or if this energy is him. It's like, it's to go out and get what you want at any cost, not at any cost, but she knows what she wants. She knows she's going to go out. She knows she's going to get what she needs, and she knows how to accomplish that. So that's that energy of the female energy for the Queen of Wands. She is a go-getter, and she's often very optimistic. So, and it could very well be, maybe it's his family too, and because we know that a lot of politicians, when they resign, they'll be like, oh, I'm going to resign because, family matters and stuff like this. And they use that as an excuse to get out. But it could very well be that, maybe his family is going, dude, this is killing you. Get out. Could be his wife, somebody in his family telling him, time to go. You're hurting yourself too much. Let's go. All right. What crosses him? Oh, the end. Okay. I got a feeling. So this is the Ten of Swords. This is the end. So when I said the writing was on the wall, I think he saw it. And I think this might be the whatever is going on and circling like vultures around Trump from the New York, from all the lawsuits and stuff. He's just like, I can't do with it. I see the end. It's here. And it's my end. He's like, my end. So literally his ending is by his own hand. He ended his tenure at the White House. He didn't get shoved out or anything. It looks like that he brought his own end. He was like, I'm done. I'm going to get stabbed in the back. This is not going to end up well for me. So he's like, I'm done. I'm out of here. Okay. So let's, in the past, the Six of Cups, this nostalgia card. Okay. In the past, I was very hopeful about the past, I mean, he was, it's the nostalgic, it's the, the whole idea of, his service to his country, his duty to his country, this whole past, this idyllic past that he's done. And he should be proud of his past, and he thought he could take that into the presidency in order to make it happen, to bring that past, and that knowledge and that thing, his past, what he has built himself to become today. He thought he can bring that and be useful and stuff. And I wouldn't call it completely a disaster. I think he really did. But every time he tried to put the reins on and make the president a president, he ended up having his head buried in his head buried in his hands half of the time. Okay. So what's underneath him? The King of Coins. Okay. So you have, this is the King of Coins. This is a guy who's very, what's underneath him is this guy with money. And this, and he could have money. He could have done it for money. He could have done it, to come in. Not only is his decorated past, he thought he could make something work, but he was given money for it as well. So underneath him is money. It could be him, the King of Coins, trying to hold it all together, but it just wasn't working out so well. I mean, he was the one that was trying to hold the glue together, hold everything together. He's trying to hold the staff together so they don't all flee. He's trying to take out people that are not good for this particular administration. He was trying to do something. He was being in control. So he had this control. And usually sometimes I would think there'd be somebody who might be influenced to him, but I really kind of feel that this is him. This is John Kelly himself. He is the king of coins. He is the person that was the glue that held everything together, and he was the one that kept people working. He was protective of all of that. Okay, so what's in the future for him? The Two of Swords. So it's undecided. His future is kind of undecided. It's kind of a wait and see. He's just not sure where it's going to take him. I mean, he's very aware of the fact that because his tenure is also tied to Trump, he doesn't know where that's going to take it. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? We're not entirely sure where that's going. He's not really sure what his future holds for him. He's just kind of in the kind of wait and see. He's just kind of, let's just see where it's going. His future could be blocked because in most Two of Swords, in many decks, many of the Rider-Waite-Smith's decks, the swords are crossed. So it's a blocking situation. So he could be blocked, but he can't see where his future is going. So he remains, because, the scarf covers the eyes. So he remains unsure how this is all going to unfold for him. Okay. He's not sure. He can't see it. So he doesn't make a decision. So he's just kind of in a wait and see kind of mode. All right. Above him, the Two of Cups. So this is the agreements card. So there's some agreement. And you know what? And it could very well be due to this person here. So if this is the New York judge that kind of oversees the turmoil that's going on around Trump that caused him to leave, or maybe this is his family. This would be his wife. Is he married? Or this is somebody that's important to him, that's a female, and this is the agreement. So his thoughts is about his well-being, his relationships to this person. I think this is a person close to him. Okay, it could be his wife. So I think that facilitated him deciding to end it. He, at his own hands, ended his relationship with Trump. He's getting out. Okay, so that's where I think that is. That's on his mind. It's his relationships to this queen, which could be somebody really important. A female is really important to him. Okay, so how he sees him now. This is how he sees himself. This is the Nine of Coins. This is the sitting pretty card. This is the card where he's just like, okay, I'm getting out now. Right? I'm out. And, I'm okay. Everything is okay. I'm okay. I wasn't shoved out. I did this by my own hands. We're good. He's sitting pretty. He's just, kind of just sitting where he's just enjoying what he has now. He's gotten out of the situation. He's feeling better. It's kind of like that breath of fresh air. So he sees himself as like, okay, I'm sitting all right. I'm okay. He's like, I'm okay. I'm out now. It's kind of a strange feeling. This is, to me, like a reading so far is like a relief. He's not sure where his future is going, but he's relieved to get out. He's just happy to be out finally. So, all right, what's his environment? Okay. The environment was being kept up at night. So this is the Nightmare card. This is the Indigestion card. This is the, oh my gosh, the Nine of Swords card. This is the stuff that's been keeping him up at night. So this is the environment that he's sitting in. So there is still some stuff that's keeping him up at night. Still some things that he's seen that probably is keeping him up at night. But, he's, like I said, it does feel like, we'll see if it does play this way, but it feels like this is a relief for him to get out. He has been nightmared. He's been trying to hold things together, but it sure looks like that, his relationship was more important than this Trump presidency at this point in time. And that is why he ended it by his own hands. The Ten of Swords, it's right there. Okay. Yeah, he is, what he's witnessed is keeping him up at night. What he is witnessing, he's seeing it now. Is he out right now? or is the other guy? I think he's out right now. He is seeing it now from the outside, not the inside, and it's looking probably worse than what it was when he was inside the White House. Now that he's outside the White House, it's looking a little worse to him. It still gives him indigestion. It still gives him nightmares. What he's gone through still gives him nightmares. Okay, his hopes and fears. The Hanging Man. Okay, so the hopes and fears is the hangman, all right? The hangman is a surrender. He's just, you know, he's already went through that surrender. So when you're looking through the hangman is that everything, just like here, right? He doesn't know where things are going. So he's hopeful that he can see things, now that he's on the outside, he can see things from a new perspective. The negative side of it is that he is seeing it looks like from the outside, and it's not looking as good. I mean, it's probably looking worse than what he was when he was inside trying to hold it all together. And that probably is what's making him come out to say, hey, you know, I hope, you know, you guys remember me for all the things that Trump didn't do, meaning that he stopped Trump from doing certain things that would be really not good for our country. So he's seeing things from a new perspective. He's hopeful that his understanding of what happened on the inside might assist the situation. He's fearful that, you know, hey, this, you know, with the hangman, it's just like, you know, everything that he's done could just throw him into suspension with the unknown factor of his future, just the unknown, you know, of him being, he's just not sure. He's just not sure where it's all leading. It's that, you know, where is it all leading for him? He's not positive. You know, you're tied to an administration that's in trouble. That's in trouble on so many fronts. And you're trying to figure out how your life is going to play after the administration. All right, his outcome. This is temperance. Okay, so his outcome is temperance. He's going to have to just temper himself and just be patient. It's kind of a blending. It's a blending. It's now he's out here and he can see things. He's not embroiled inside the White House. He's able to temper himself. He's able to just see things from a new perspective. So, you know, his hopes and fears is that, you know, his hopes could be is that somebody goes in and stalls. Oh my gosh. This could very well be that he is hopeful that whoever is taking over his position can stall Trump in his agenda. That's a hope. But his fear is it won't happen, because he was like, I'm too tired. I can't do this anymore. You know? Oh boy. Okay. So temperance, he has a little, he's been tempered. If he's had a fiery personality, when he went in, he's like, I'm a general. I'm going in. I'm going to bring order. I'm going to whip this place into shape. He's been tempered. And he's coming out wiser. He is coming out wiser with more temperance. Okay. All right. The Knight of Cups. So this is the Knight of Cups. This is the water element. This is normally a knight riding on a horse holding a cup. And this guy, this is the water element, so it's emotional. So, and it's also the bringer of news. So there is some news going to be coming up for him. There's some word that's going to be come up for him. He's hoping it's good word. But like I said, we don't know what kind of word he's going to get because his future currently is in limbo. But some word is going to come, and you know, he's been tempered and he gets it. He understands the situation that has befallen upon him. His decision to leave on his own accord has brought him up to where he is today. So he wants to be remembered for the things that Trump didn't do. That's a very telling statement. All right, last card. The Page of Coins. So he is going to be, there's going to be something new coming up. There's either some children, something new is coming up for him. This is, a page of a new offering. It's a new undertaking, new beginning for him. So something will come up for him. He will get a new offering of some sort, but this could also be for him. It could also be, children. I mean, this feels family oriented. So all of this feels very family oriented. So, there is with the family here, this woman here, this is all family oriented to him, to me. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. I don't know this guy's personal family thing, but there's children involved and it's spending more time with that. But if you're looking at a more professional thing, there's going to be something new is going to come up for him. Something new is going to be offered to him. And it could be very well, maybe he does do a book because this is material. It could be a new undertaking. It could be a book about, the internal workings of how he functioned within the White House to help stop Trump from doing things. So anyways, so I do really feel like that this is his own hand. He initiated it. He was not about to stay. He was tired. He was tired. And his relationships were more important than this White House. His outcome is in limbo. He's in a wait and see mode. So yeah, he's happy to be out. He is totally happy to be out. I don't see anything like nefarious in his reading here. There's nothing nefarious at all for him. So I just think the guy wanted to go. He was done. He couldn't. The stress of the job was just only even the strongest man. I don't think the strongest man could have handled the stress. I'm surprised he survived it as long as he could. Could he have lasted longer? Probably. But I don't know if his family would have put up with it. So all right, here we are. He did it by his own hands. That's just what I see. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. But that's what I see. I really do see. I don't see anything nefarious on his part. I just see that he sees the writing on the wall and it's time to go, and he left. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.